Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Horrible Decisions. Yes, that's right. You hear me, bitches. It's your girl, Mandii B, a.k.a. Full Court Pumps, a.k.a. Peg the Sound, a.k.a. That bitch.
Hey, family. Hey, Horror Hive. It's Weezy, and we are in a foursome today.
We show our, I love
it's giving casting couch, actually.
I'm
Maybe it's your
loving
outfit.
this.
I'm down.
Your outfit is giving like, is this an audition?
I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I
And I mean that with all like you look like a hoe in a good way.
Yes, thank you. That was my goal. I was like,
hair?
No, she
Please
literally
let me
said,
be able
what
to
should I wear? Like,
fully hoe this up. You know?
Yeah. So I'm excited, guys. Today, I am joined actually by some friends of mine that I met in the at a party.
Yeah.
So we are joined today by Holly and her boyfriend Dolla, and it's even more than boyfriend. But we'll get into how you guys identify your relationship because that's why I asked you guys to come.
You have a very good like male sex operator voice.
Right?
Let's practice really quick.
I'm with that.
Okay, let me try. Okay, let me turn around so you don't get nervous.
Oh yeah, you're role playing
Hi,
her right
is
now.
this the black male from New York?
It is.
Wow, what do I call you?
What would you like to call me?
I mean, I thought Jamal would be fun.
I don't know about that.
God damn, not Jamal.
You know, you just went real typical on me. Just threw me right off.
A white girl
That's what
calling
you
the
gonna
line.
get.
No,
That's
Dolla,
sex
you were supposed to
operator.
say, "Dirty dick."
Yeah, you know, I was like, I thought she was gonna get more interesting than Jamal, so I was gonna I gave her some room.
This ain't the party line.
Goldenrod.
If they paying for it, I feel like you might
I
get
mean,
that.
you know that one of the names.
So I guess before we get into y'all's relationship dynamic, which is what this is going to be about, I guess we can talk about a little bit how we met.
Okay.
So we were at a party.
And I thought I had game, by the way, but
You thought I had...
I thought I had game. Like I was about to like give you my best. Like, hey girl, you want some gummies? And you flipped it on me. Okay, so go
I
ahead.
flipped it
Tell the
real
story, tell the
quick.
story.
Okay, so y'all know I've been into drugs lately. Pretty much all of them, except for the white people one. Like I don't
Not
do
the
coke.
sketchy stuff, right?
Yeah, no. I just...
Molly White.
So,
People definitely call Molly White.
Not in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I'm kidding.
I think like no, but like any kind of like ecstasy, MDMA was definitely white people drug. When
Hot
rappers,
tamale, I'm sweating. I think they made it very
I was gonna
urban.
say when rappers started doing Molly, I think that's when everybody was like, oh, well, now we can also tell people we are.
Well, yeah,
Right,
I mean,
right, that's true.
I mean, and of
That's
course,
true.
even
I'll give
so
you
when
that
I
for
was in
sure.
Miami,
All drugs are
another thing about Molly too, it's one of those drugs that got out of your system really quickly. So I remember back when I was fucking athletes and shit, them niggas was popping Molly during the season because
It's gone.
like it was, if they got tested, their test was really for marijuana, of course.
Right.
I mean, still now, but
Forever.
because they knew how quickly it got out of their system, like they was popping that shit all when they came and played the Heat, baby. But yeah, we were at a party and this party was actually, I thought it was a sex party. Like
That's funny. Okay.
I
True.
went, so I was invited by other friends in the lifestyle that
Friends of
actually
ours.
throw parties. Yeah, mutual friends of ours. So they was like, yeah, we got this party on Sunday. And I said, cool. So me and my man, we pulled up and we was just drinking. It was outside. It was good vibes. It was
Yeah.
fucking...
It was a great party.
It was a wonderful party.
fun.
So of course I started getting drunk because that's what I do when I go out. And were you just sitting by me? Like, I think we just I feel like we just started conversation.
Yeah.
And you were like, she met my energy. Like, y'all see I'm talking like
Yeah.
that? This is
Yeah,
this is
no
Holly.
way.
Holly was like, well, hey, like, you
So
enjoying
did you
yourself?
think you were going to a sex party? Like,
No. So I knew
She's
it
a
was
virgin.
kind of like a. I had been so I see why you thought it was a sex party because they usually like that particular venue actually throws.
they host parties.
Yeah,
host
they host
parties.
play parties. So that night we actually knew it was just kind of like a chill party, but we still like we still did like sex party things like BYOB, and we were the only ones who brought a bottle, so hence those
So
shots.
I had
I
a
kinda,
bottle
you know,
of
we didn't-
Casamigos in my back
No lie,
pocket.
like a
honestly.
full bottle,
And I was
like not like a small pocket
I
type
can't
of bottle.
put this
Just
at the bar. All right, I'm gonna just hold on to this.
so
then.
it wasn't a
Nah.
sex party, but
Yeah.
you met people in the lifestyle that night.
yeah. And then, like she said, there were friends of ours who were, you know,
And so what's
regulars for
crazy
that
about
party.
it is they throw this party on Sundays
Yeah.
almost as a way to find new people to come to the sex night.
So-
Yeah.
So they
Kind of
really
like a-
straight. They want it to be a really good looking night with a lot of mix. So, anyways,
why are you guys here? Why are you guys on Horrible Decisions?
I want to finish because I started. This is how I
promise I will wrap this story up real fast. So like I said, I was like, she's cute. I'm about to have some gummies. You want some gummies? Like I'm thinking I'm about to get her some gummies and then we're gonna chop it up. And she was like, yeah, but I don't want like a whole gummy. You're gonna have to like split it with me.
I said, just give me the ear.
Right. It was like a Sour Patch Kid. She's like, I just want the ear. And I'm thinking like, where is the ear? It's got to be like this gummy. I was like, there's not going to be anything in it. But
and I told you, like, when I go out, my man is really big on like watching how much drink intake I do. Yeah. So I said, come here, come split this gummy with us. And we split the gummy in a 3-way kiss.
Like
that's cute.
Adorable and sexy and raunchy and so cute. Like all at the same time, like all of those things. And then she was like, quick, like give me your number before I get too drunk. And I was like, that's genius.
So I exchanged numbers with her and we just started talking. But I guess as we like kept talking, we've hung out a few times. We went out to eat. They've joined me at the beach. Like had just bomb ass times.
Totally.
But can y'all explain to Weezy how you guys explained your relationship?
Not just me. We got a bunch of people watching you on this couch. And we want to know. Because your man is next to you and you had a 3-way kiss. So we were assuming
and he
you're a cool ass nigga.
Really,
right. She thought I was alone. He was chilling so hard, like blowing a J. Like,
Be honest.
She was like, I didn't even know you were here with someone. Because he was just like, oh yeah, I was chilling. Where's my gummy?
She told me what happened. I was like, I want one.
I want a 3-way kiss or the gummy.
Both.
And then him and my man started talking and became friends too. So.
Yeah, they're like talking business.
What brings you guys to Horrible?
Okay, so our relationship, right? I guess like you want to know how we classify it. Funny enough, like the one word I would use to classify our relationship is customized.
Customized relationship.
Yeah. How long have you been together?
6 years. 6 going on 7.
Okay. Do you have kids together?
No. We don't have any kids.
We're fucking too much. Fucking too many other people. Well, technically, that's how you make.
No. No, we're probably traveling too much for kids, but and like we have a few businesses together, so we're doing a lot.
Little people are expensive.
Yeah,
they don't pay their own bills.
Right, so we got to really be able to afford them.
And so it's not poly. It's not open. It's not swinging. What is the name that y'all use though?
Oh, okay. So
I mean. Some of those things do
encompass like our relationship. So I say lifestyle. We're like lifestylers who are open, and the reason why I'll say that or we say that is because like lifestylers are usually like like swingers that like either date together as a couple or have like a unicorn or like a third or even a fourth sometimes, and that's kind of usually where it starts and stops. And then for us, we're lifestylers. Like we date together, but we're also open because we date separately.
Right.
Open in what way? Like what is?
We have an open relationship as well.
Yeah.
So
in addition to
we're in the lifestyle, but we also date separately.
Yeah.
So.
As far as like romantically, emotionally, or just sex?
Yeah, no, I guess all of those things.
Both.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have like tons of like other relationships because we really don't have time.
How far into the 6 years did you get to that point?
Oh, that was from gate.
Really?
Okay.
So you started your relationship open?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. A lot of people don't. That takes like time for like trust and
we've known each other for a very long time.
For our whole adult life. We met at Howard in like 05.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
so
you wasn't supposed to do
you guys started the gate open, right? And it's been going on 6 years, so obviously it's going well.
Yeah. This guy, he's pretty cool.
Initially, like Dolla, I want to know, have you ever done this before? Because people are always curious, not so much with the women. I mean, even on our show, they're listening to 2 women that are open, right? But like men, we're always confused. How you let your girl fuck another nigga? And how do you deal with it? Like, had you done it before? Or was it something
I hadn't. It was something I was interested in, but I had never experienced. Holly was the first person I had a threesome with. And it was like something I had wanted to do, but honestly, none of the girls that I was with before wanted to share me. So it was like one of those things where it was like I was interested, but never could find the avenue or the lane. So it was something that she was interested in. So it was it worked for us, and then it actually blossomed beyond that, and just we were both interested in a lifestyle. So it was something that we.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that, just to kind of like backtrack a little bit. We started out as like friends, like fuck buddies in college, right? So like that was always the dynamic between the two of us. For 10 years, it was like. We had our own like separate relationships.
Oh yeah,
we've been fucking for 16, going on 17 years.
That's some good dick and pussy.
Been a while.
It is so good.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You were gonna piggyback. You said.
Yeah. So again, we were always friends, and then like 6, almost 7 years ago, we found ourselves like both single at the same time. And instead of being like, oh, let's lock each other down, we're like, can't we just still be like friends that are like together, but like still friends?
Do this.
As your feelings grew, had you ever? And I'm curious with you, Dolla. Had you ever had moments of jealousy? The more like in love you felt with Holly, where you were like, I don't know if I can handle it.
No, not really a jealousy thing because I like to see her have fun, and it's always been in like in a fun atmosphere. Outside of us playing in a lifestyle atmosphere, the people she sees outside of me is on her own. So I'm not really a jealous person. That's not really really one of those things in my nature.
It's a very big dick thing to say.
I know, right?
You know what I mean?
Without saying
your
it.
shit, sir.
Right?
Very
Did you guys hear it drop? Like it dropped it. It like hit the table.
It just hit the table. Like,
you're gonna come back.
Dick drop, not a mic drop. Dick
Well, I
drop.
mean,
Right?
yeah,
He was right, though.
Yes, in the way that like with what you're saying, like we've been fucking a long time, right? So like she could fuck somebody, they could give us some great dick. He can't out fuck me, like not with her. I know her body too well.
try.
Like I could like draw you a roadmap to her G spot, like and just,
Not a roadmap.
We'll get you a pencil.
Right?
Well, the last time we had a couple on, again, shout out to Jared and Shambooty. We played an icebreaker, so I do want to ask some questions. Although we've kind of broken quite the ice already, I wanted to ask some relationship questions to you guys. So the first question is, what is one fantasy you want to try that you haven't really told your partner about? And if not, if you have already shared your fantasies, how do you share them with him?
Oh, can I answer both of those?
Oh, yes. Oh, God. Look, he just swallowed his water. Look, he's like, yes.
tell me.
I have this like director fantasy, like where I'm like, directing like this like dope ass like video of like him and like 10 chicks, right? And I'm telling everybody what to do. And in the video, like I'm in the video directing too, because I'm a bit of a narcissist, so I want to be in it too. But I'm really just kind of like, right? I'm just really kind of like, telling like her, you suck his dick, and like you sit on his face. Like I kind of just want to like.
And you said 10.
Yeah.
10 women, okay.
10 plus.
I feel like you could actually do this.
At
The
a
reason
club.
so this is how I got to 10, because like that's the number we haven't like really gotten to.
What's the
yet.
most y'all have gotten to? Have you counted before, Dolla? How many women at one, not in a day. Yeah, or
day.
a night.
Oh yeah, in a day, like 8 or 10.
I mean,
In a
not
day.
at once.
It
But not at
depends.
once.
Like, are we on a cruise?
not at once.
Are we at a party?
Parties. I mean, some parties are intense, So
I ain't been to any of them like that now.
Explain what you mean by a party can be intense. Like just assuming that someone who's listening to this like has no idea what these parties are like. What is intense? Because anybody might think, like if I walk into a sex club, I'm gonna be like, oh, this shit intense out the gate.
Yeah,
and
the
you
first,
might
the
be like,
first one I went to,
this is whack.
the fact that I was at the bar just ordering a drink with the bottle that I brought in, and I looked to the right stool and someone was getting head.
Oh, wow.
As that
Fun.
just being my first experience, I thought that was, I was like, oh shit, this is intense.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you mean as a lifestyler who goes quite often? How do you feel like something would be considered intense?
The party I was talking about were more like private parties that can, that'll get intense because people more so know each other and are more comfortable. But
He means all the dick he ends up having to throw at a party like that. That's when he said intense, that's what he meant. But like what you guys are talking about, like.
But for the sex clubs, I mean, it really depends on the layout. Certain places, it's. We typically don't play at most places. We live in the city, so most of the parties we go to, we can we go to the house.
We meet people, we go home. Like that's kind of
right.
Not that we don't or haven't ever, but like
we do.
Usually the vibe is like we be just chilling, smoking, drinking, like meeting people, and then like making
and then
plans
make
for
it later. Make it happen later. What about you? Have you shared your fantasies with Holly? Do you have any that you haven't played out with her yet?
No, I don't think so.
Damn.
It's funny that she said her fantasy is kind of one of my fantasies. So because I haven't been with that many women at once. So I mean, obviously,
you would not be intimidated by 10 women?
No.
All right, big dick nigga. Next question: how does your partner? What does your partner do that turns you on that they don't know about?
Ooh. that we don't know about. That's the hard part of that.
Y'all pretty much know each other.
We know each other so well, but one thing Holly probably doesn't, she might not know as well as I like. I love watching her work a room when we're in the social atmosphere because she's a social butterfly. So, she might know that.
She's
but
me with red hair.
Totally with red hair.
I don't know how.
Me blonde.
I don't know if that's something she knows as much, but like I like just sitting back and watching her do her thing because like I don't really have to. I can be in the corner rolling up, chilling. Got our drinks, doing our thing, and I might speak to people that I know, but Holly will like work a room, meet people. She's like, oh, this person does this, and like introduce me to people. So she's definitely like, I enjoy that about her.
I love that you pretty much just went into what my third question was going to be. It was going to be about, clearly you're the extrovert, you're the chill person. What is the best scenario you would suggest for a couple to be in a sex club? If they're going with their partner, do you suggest the woman be more outspoken, or do you feel like sometimes it's better for the man to take the lead?
I'm gonna take this one. Honestly, in my experience, like you pointed out, I'm the extrovert. He's more like the chill, reserved one. I think the best advice I could give to couples is like have that balance. Like if someone, if you're both shy, like somebody's gonna have to Rochambeau that shit. You're gonna have to someone's got to step it up because it's a very social environment and like. Women run it, to be honest with you. So to answer the other part of your question, if, ladies, if you can be the one to be like, hey, like, I'm interested or we're interested or, whatever, it's best in that environment because, women kind of make all the rules and like.
Beyond sex clubs though, where do you think is the best place for someone that may not have access to a sex club or they may not be into sex clubs? Like, have you guys had situations where you've met people outside of that and like, where does that happen for you?
Absolutely. Like a lot of folks who are, not necessarily lifestyles, but friends of ours are very curious. And they're just like, can we come with you to a party? Or like, like if it kind of asking the question you just asked, like if I wanted to go to like a play party, like which one should we go to? Oh, you guys are going to one? We're coming. Like, you know what I mean? So,
and then if they're interested, they're more likely to probably play with y'all than strangers.
Funny enough,
no. Actually, wait, no. Now that I think about it, I brought so many friends that
that are more apt to be like, I want to play with an absolute stranger.
Other people,
mainly because those folks tend to be like, oh, that's so crazy. You guys are so wild. Your Tuesdays, your Sundays are nuts. So I guess I don't know if it like makes them feel more comfortable to like have their wild moments with like someone who like isn't us to be able to come back and be like, girl, you know what I mean?
When me and my partner went, we didn't even know the names.
Exactly, we have plenty to talk about.
We didn't even know the names of people most of the time that we played with. So like we would go back and be like, hey, so have we met before? Wouldn't even know. But I do want to get into our vanilla shit, guys. Our vanilla shit for this week is quite funny considering we've been talking about swollen balls for probably the last 3 episodes because of Nicki Minaj. But this one actually refers to a single man, age 38, who had his swollen penis freed by doctors 2 weeks after he locked it inside of a small padlock. That is right, guys. A bored man stuck at home during the pandemic was rushed to the hospital after getting a padlock stuck around his penis in a bizarre sex act gone wrong. The Bachelor, 38, clamped the metal device around the base of his manhood for a thrill around 2 weeks ago, but he lost the key. And his limbs started to swell.
Oh,
he tried unsuccessfully to remove the small lock. So left it on his penis for more than 14 days until it became infected and the pain was unbearable. The embarrassed man's mother, who tried to help him, called the emergency services and firemen to his home. This took place last month in, of course, you guessed it, not Florida, Bangkok, Thailand.
Damn. I was going to say, can we play Guess This Race? But no.
You thought it was white? You thought it was a cracker?
I was just like, yo, what?
I was like,
I would have also thought white.
You know?
But why couldn't have been a white guy in Thailand? There's mad white people.
Wait, you right.
That's true.
That's true.
It could be.
She told the medics that her son did not have a girlfriend and was simply bored because he had been staying home during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Never that bored.
All right.
Never that bored.
Oh,
I've never looked at a lock and thought,
I
fuck
know
a
a lot of people start doing
You know
dumb
what?
shit.
Oh, agreed.
You fuck a
agreed.
lot.
You know what?
Like, okay, let me ask you though, because we've talked about women using cucumbers. If you're just around your house, you're bored and haven't gotten sex, has there been any object you've just been like, let me put my dick inside of this?
Nah.
Oh, you too, Eden? No?
Not really.
Never American
Never?
Pie. Even after American Pie, I wish I had a
It's so
dick
funny.
as a
That's
kid.
all I think
I mean,
about.
I
wouldn't have fucked a
American
pie.
A warm one.
I'm not fucking a pie.
Yeah. Just,
You're not fucking a pie? Oh,
But when you were a kid, not
I mean,
as an
we all
adult,
saw American Pie.
right.
but you never were like, what would that be like? Would it be hot? Like, just, I don't know.
So, I mean, a pie is warm. I get it. But it's
Not burn your dick hot.
What about like a jar of Vaseline? Wouldn't that be like a cool feeling? Because it's kind of room
Can it
temperature.
move
It's just like, I
This is
just,
why we don't have dicks.
Nah,
We
see,
don't
you,
stick them in
you just don't
everything.
know what.
I'd
nah.
rather just have some pussy.
Word.
I'm saying
But
if
it's
you
not the
can't,
option.
if
Right,
you can't
right.
have pussy, what would you use around the house to put your dick in?
I just use my hand.
Just your hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you could just stick a bunch of, yeah, I guess.
Okay. Well, so after
I was gonna
Still
say like,
Vaseline.
I was thinking of just like toothpaste, like lotion tube. You just keep
I don't
squeezing
know- I
lotion
don't know
into a
about
fucking thing,
lotion?
and
yeah.
If y'all had dicks, what fruit would you put your dick in?
Oh.
not
Ooh.
a grapefruit. I heard it burns.
Yeah, I heard that's too much acid for your
Yeah,
dick.
you don't want to sit
Watermelon
fruits.
seems the safest and the easiest.
Oh wait, it's
You said a
water,
fruit.
Right?
Oh, you're good.
Thank you.
You do a
Watermelon.
Watermelon sounds good. Yeah.
It's water. Oh, you smart girl.
I'm like-
It's that wet. Come
Right,
on, watermelon.
exactly. Right?
You know,
You know?
Okay, the seedless watermelon.
There
we go.
There
You
go.
know, even
don't
though
wanna know.
that has to be man-made, but anyway.
All the
Right.
Of course,
Right. How do you
y'all,
make that
y'all always
out?
y'all always wonder how 5 years later we're still talking about shit that we just don't understand. So I actually ended up was like, damn, a lock. And I know you sitting here like, nah, there ain't nothing I could think of. So I went digging and looking. I said, well, what are other alternatives for cock cages? And I came across actually lockedinlust.com. This is not an ad, but they just had alternatives that I was like, oh shit. One of which is actually a spiked anti-pullout. And I wanted to bring this up because I was just like, who the fuck? They do
like when you reverse the tire.
yeah, they do also have padlocks, surprisingly, so I don't think this man was far off. They do have padlocks for men. They have crotch rocket strap-ons and all these other things, but I wanted to read about the anti-spiked pullout because it's actually something that as you get hard, it forces you to go back soft. So it says...
What's the point in this?
Punishment.
I was gonna say
BDSM.
BDSM. So these it says that these devilish little spikes will ensure that your slave will get a painful reminder for any unauthorized directions. So this is
Cock
something
and
that's
ball
used.
torture is like a real thing.
It's a real thing. Like Weezy and I have talked about this even at some of our live shows. It's the perfect accessory to give you more control and remind your slave that you can deliver pleasure or pain to their penis anytime you wish. But basically,
Pleasure
the spikes are added.
Pleasure only, please.
This is a pleasure only. Please.
Yeah,
don't.
but like, what about
there is safety
little
information.
things like maybe biting, right? Like nibbling on a dick.
Yeah,
like,
do you like your bite dicked on or slept on or?
No, don't step on my dick.
but some men do.
What about
I
you,
mean,
Eden?
whatever you would do.
But I'm
with your
thinking
dick.
like little
my
shit.
dick.
For
Yeah,
example,
not my
like
shit.
women make like their clit spanked or some shit like that. Is there?
No,
I like a good choking. Like a good like cut off
Yeah, but I'm
hair
talking about
supply.
of the genitals.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah. But I'm
So like,
I just thought
there's
about shit.
nothing. There's nothing. Just lips and tongue
I mean,
and pussy.
you could slap it on your face.
By the way, does that feel good, or is it more so just what's in your head?
It does feel okay. So there is
Yeah, let's get into the science of the dick slap.
there is a bit of a sensation, right? Because you figure you have like if you get a good slap, right, you get in the under part of the head on the cheek,
frontalum.
Not the head. Hello, is anybody home? Bitch?
right? So you get that good, then you get that sensation on the under part of your
Shaft.
yeah. Exactly.
Especially if she was sucking it. Now it's wet.
Now it's
That's a
wet,
solid
exactly,
slap.
yeah.
I always
That's
thought it was like a dude's just ego, just like slapping the shit out of you what they do.
Nah,
So you actually like the feeling. Interesting.
there is a feeling, and then you figure it if she's holding it, if she slaps herself with it, then you get that the rush from the rush of the blood.
Oh, like squeezing it.
Yeah, exactly. So
Come on, science.
yeah.
He was like, I don't know what's in my dick. I
Yeah,
think
he
it
was just
comes.
like,
Gonna
the
break
blood
it
just go down.
down.
It get harder. I am not mad. Well, I
Dr.
want to.
Dick over
I'm
here.
definitely going to end up passing the hors d'oeuvre to the two of you. So our hors d'oeuvre segment is a sex tip. I would love not only each of you to share a sex tip, but you are one of the very few couples that I know has kind of been able to juggle successfully a unicorn. So a lot of people ask how to get thirds. So I also want to ask y'all that. But let's start off with sex tips. I feel like you just gave us one.
Yeah.
So Holly, give us a sex tip, and then we're going to get into sex tips with unicorns.
It could be for women, men, women on women, dick sucking tips, something you want people to know about eating pussy, whatever.
Oh, okay. I think the only tip I would give is like, keep it fun. Like do something like interesting.
How often?
Like all the time. like find like something super random, like, oh baby, put your leg over here, and like, like find different ways for him to go deeper, like suck his dick upside down, like in a bridge. That's one of my
do
faves.
different shit.
What's the last different shit Holly did that you were like, oh my God, because in 16 years of fucking.
Right. Is there still shit that is new for both of y'all?
Yeah, there's still, and we're always like, we're ridiculous. We're like, oh shit, what was that? Like we're high fiving. We're like, damn.
You just
Like,
fucking random places,
Yeah.
the hallway. Like Holly really likes fucking in the hallway.
Oh, be like your apartment building?
No, like in the crib, like just like
That's some tall
the,
bitch shit. I'm sorry.
I can't tell you what that's about, but like he'll just like, if we're passing each other in the hallway, like we're going to do different things. Like he may be going
That's really
into
cute.
the kitchen or right. And then if he's just like, if we can't pass each other and he can't like, pass go and just has to like grab me and slam me against the wall in the hallway, like you just have to have me right now. That shit.
Not fuck me to pass go. Does she collect $200 as well?
I collect a lot. I collect a lot.
To each other in the hallway. And you telling me y'all fuck so much and it's so intense still all these years later that you can pass each other in the hallway and fuck there?
I think it's so
sweet.
interesting, and I love to hear that too.
love
Because
it.
a lot
Saying
of
it's
people
sweet.
assume that's
Take
why, like, the sex could get boring after having sex with the same person.
Yeah.
For so long. But you guys also have sex with other people.
Right.
Does that, you think, affect keeping y'all's sex life so spicy? The fact that y'all can go out and have sex with others and come back to each other?
I mean, it definitely
probably
plays a
does help.
huge role. Like, do you know what like type of sex you have after like kind of doing like a replay of like what kind of sex you just had? Like, oh yeah, I remember when you were
Does
hitting it from
bad
the back.
sex
Like,
make you guys want to fuck each other more? Like when you fuck someone in
oh
bad?
yeah, absolutely. and it usually happens like separately because if I'm having bad sex and he's around, I'm like, hey. Like, like come take care of this.
I've definitely seen that in the play situation where it's like, I'm like, oh damn, she's not having that much fun. I'm like, okay, I gotta wrap this up so I could go.
Really, that's
true.
some teamwork.
It's true.
I mean, at the end
outside
of the
of
day,
the-
that's the main thing.
Now
Like,
this is a scenario where you're looking, but I'm curious to know if you guys do MMF threesomes. Do you enjoy that too? With other
That
We've
was
had a couple.
funny enough, that was our intro into the lifestyle, which is so different from how it usually happens. It's usually like the girl who's like, oh yeah, let me bring in another
bring in a
girl.
homegirl.
So like when I realized I could like be in the lifestyle with Dolla was like one day we pulled up on a friend of his that I hadn't met yet. This was like 6 years ago. And this friend, like he was just like, like speaking to this homie, like, and this friend was fine, like fine,
Not you
like
checking out the
tripping. I'm
friend,
like,
Holly.
like what? Yes, he was so hot, and like he knows me. This is my
my bro.
boy. Like this is right, and he knows me. Like we're best friends. So like I didn't have to say a word. He's like, you checking out the bro? Like you interested? Because I'm looking at like both of them, looking back and forth, like damn. Because we're always taught you got to choose, right? And he legit, right? You're like, eeny, meeny, miny, damn, I want them both, right? So, so he hit me with the why choose? Like, why pick? You can have us both. And I was like, come again, one more time.
And guys, if you're
I get
listening,
a what?
yes, both of them are black.
Yes.
We have a black couple
We are.
sitting here saying
We
these
black,
things.
black.
We got
met,
it from
We
Dolla.
met at an
This is
HBCU.
yeah,
We're
you're right.
black, black.
Dolla gave it away.
We're like, yeah.
But Holly did not.
I'm not very good at giving away the black via like recordings. So hi. Make
Hi,
sure
guys.
you view this. I'm black.
had you and your friend ever done something like that before?
Oh yeah.
Not at the same time, but we figured like we grew up together, so we grew up in the same neighborhood. There were girls that we had like, oh, you hit that, I hit that too. Like, so I knew, like, I wasn't surprised that she was into him because it was like we kind of resemble each other.
I meant like you and him, right? So y'all hadn't done that.
Nah.
But you kind of set that up, and like I'm assuming you and him didn't even talk about it. You just know your girl fine, so you like whatever. Nice. And since she was your girl, right, at the time.
So we were kind of just friends.
Yeah,
we had just reconnected.
At
we were
time,
like, we're fucking again. It was like, oh, like, so he,
Was there a conversation that you had after? So the thing is, a lot of women even are scared to ask for it because they automatically think that their partner is going to look at them different or disrespect them.
No, totally.
Was that a conversation that y'all had to have before or after? Like, did you have that conversation before or after this?
So both. We had that conversation like beforehand because again, I wasn't gonna ask, and I'm bold. Like I've always been very, very like straightforward. Like this is what I want. I'm gonna go get it. But I was still kind of like on the like, oh no, maybe I'll talk to him later. Like I wasn't gonna be like, oh, give me your boy's number. But he legit was like, like I can set that up for you. You don't have to choose. Like you could chill with us, which I had never ever like heard of before or seen. I've always seen us be in that position, where it's like, oh yeah, let me bring my friend through. But never had I like, this is his best friend. This is just like somebody he knows.
It too?
Right.
Come on.
And so
like your best friend. This is Mark?
Yo. So the other part of that is like we never really like we weren't seeking out a relationship when he and I like reconnected. And I think that's what made us kind of accidentally on purpose form some kind of like relationship because it was just like it naturally like organically happened because we were friends. We were friends who were really close and then we just kept getting closer and closer, but we were always friends. So I was concerned about like there being like a lack of respect lost. Like this is his best friend, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? So aside from being worried about what he would think, I'm like, yo, this is your boy. You know how guys are. You know how niggas are. Like, oh yeah, no, I hit that. Da, 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 da. So like that never happened. Like he never, ever, ever like treated me differently. It was never like that. Shorty, we both smashed. None of that. Like he to this day, like has always had like the utmost respect for me and kept me like, like family, like, like just very, very close like he is with him, but like never like ever try to like play me or slut shame me or anything like that.
Well, let's talk about the sex when that happened.
I was ready. I need to know how that shit was, bro.
So it happened. You guys had a conversation and you guys ended up fucking like, did you feel like since that was your first time doing that together, were you like, I gotta give him more attention? Like,
yeah. And then I was like, damn, I need a few more friends. Like, I just want to, like one, like they were both really great, but then two, I was just like, I mean, I want to share.
How did the night start off? Like when you did you plan it?
I'm not gonna lie.
That was a Molly night. You guys spoke about Molly. That was like the last back when we were.
And y'all niggas both got it up. Good for you.
Yo, right?
That was back in the Molly days. Yeah, years
Won't he
ago.
do it?
Molly in them 8-10 years ago days.
Oh yeah,
that's why we don't play. That's why I don't play.
That's exactly why we don't.
It's because
it's just like
well, it's different now.
Yeah,
it's a dice game.
And for anybody listening that may not know what we're talking about, so like, Molly is a form of MDMA, which has been known as ecstasy, but ecstasy now is a form of who knows what you're going to get. There's some MDMA, but it's just a pressed pill. And Molly is little crystals. They could be yellow, they could be brown, they could be clear. And people always say they know it's good depending on the color, and we all don't really know. They wash it, they change the color. It's like all mixed up. You really don't know what you're going to get. But what we do know is that 10 years ago when they started making crystallized MDMA and taking it and extracting it and not having it be ecstasy anymore, and it was this new thing, that's when people were getting a different version of what they are now. However, something I was also reading similarly is like, you did Molly 10 years ago, I did it 10 years ago, you did it 10 years ago. There's also people will chase that high. It's like a crack thing.
That's true.
You may never feel that first one again.
Right.
So whereas you might be like, this shit is trash, someone who never had it is like, oh my God.
I did it 3 months ago.
Right.
There's a big gap in that.
And it was amazing.
And y'all both got it up. Shit. So you guys, where were you when you guys had your sex?
We were at his house. Yeah. And
were you
At
nervous?
the friend's house or your house?
his house.
Were you like, how do I start this?
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm to this day, I don't care how much of a vet or a lifestyle. I don't give a damn. You're always like, okay, how do I start?
How is this gonna start?
It's always like the junior high like dance. Like, do I get out there first? Do I wait for someone else to start dancing? Like that shit. So I'm sitting in the middle of
usually
them
just
on the
takes
couch.
her
I do.
tits out.
I do. That's
one of her
usually one of
go-tos.
my
Wait, that's what
moves.
you did?
That's your party trick.
Pull your party check, like
You just pulled the tits
flash
out?
them. No, that's it.
She didn't
Usually,
this
I
time,
did
but
that
that's
time.
usually her trick.
I wish
Okay.
I'd have gone in that easy. Anyway, that's my go-to. So I'm sitting in the middle of the two of them. We're like watching TV. Nobody's watching this fucking TV. We all know why we're here. I'm why we're here. No. I think. I started making out like Dolla's to my right, and I start making out with Dolla, and I kind of like start like stroking a homie's dick, right? And like we like, and then I started stroking because that was the fantasy. I was like, I just want to stroke 2 dicks real quick. Like if this all doesn't work out tonight, at least I got to do this thing I want.
That does look like fun.
so much
It's like a workout. I feel like.
right, definitely. It's like shake weights, like 2
Are
of
you
them.
good with your left hand?
Not really.
You can,
But
I'm
I
ambidextrous.
would probably just like try to
You don't know.
squeeze them.
You don't
You know what I mean?
You
Like,
can write
Way
with
to
both
find out.
hands?
yeah, I can write my name with both hands.
too.
Like I'm
You.
like I can
Yeah.
do it, baby.
You are
Yeah.
talented.
Yeah. Hey.
So
Tell us more.
right, back to my night.
Fuck that bitch.
That's for you. That's for you. Okay. So I'm making out with Dolla, and the homie starts like kissing me on my neck, and then like it just kind of really spiraled from there, and then I'm giving him head, and then I'm giving him head, and like while like I'm giving the homie head, like Dolla's fingering me or eating me out, and then like when I switched, like back and for the rest of the night, it was just kind of like a ping
seesaw.
pong, yeah, like a seesaw. Like, ooh, that's true. It was a seesaw. Okay, so it was like for the rest of the night, it was kind of like that, and they shared so well. You know, everyone waited their turn and like got in where they fit in, and it was really
You know
hot.
what I
It
think
was
about
so
with like threesome, but I always think about the weird shit. Like when I think about a sex party, I'm like, what do they eat there? When I think about
The one in Atlanta had a whole
male,
buffet.
male,
What do they eat?
female
Grits and
threesome,
all.
I think about a nigga talking to me, right? And then I think about another nigga. They gotta like say something better. And then like, are they
true.
talking to each other? Are they talking about how good my pussy is? And if they don't have a conversation about it, is my pussy whack? What's going on? What are y'all niggas thinking? Why is one nigga saying, oh, one nigga's just talking about how good my pussy is? Oh, it ain't for you? Then what? Like, what's going on?
That's a good question.
That's
I
what I
didn't
be
think
thinking
of
about. Can you
any
think of
those
something
things.
that happened that night? Did y'all talk to each other?
Did you compare the dick sizes?
We all do.
Okay.
We always do.
Okay.
We, like no matter what, we all do.
Like internally, you're just like,
internally or like
Yeah.
well, I guess internally
but you know
you're
what's
right.
fun? You know what was really fun? It wasn't like one was bigger than the other. It was like different. Like one was like thicker than the
Girthy.
other, and then one was longer than the other. I was like, these are both awesome. I remember I was like, everybody wins. You know,
It's so weird because
So.
that's been my conversation. Like, it's not like I'm not only super shallow with like the look, like
Yeah.
dick,
The curve
Like
and
it
all
has
that.
no. I don't want a skinny, curvy dick. I don't want a short one. Like, and so
Goldie
like
cock.
literally, yeah. Literally, when I just went to a sex club in Atlanta, and like I was making out with this girl. She was beautiful, but she was a dom. But her man looked like a Spartan. He was gorgeous, like 6'7", tatted up, a whole like tribal thing. I was like, oh my God, Jason Momoa's here.
Right.
And but he was black version. And so I was like, I knew I had to go to her to get to him. And so we all started playing together. And when
so funny to me.
What?
I knew I had to go to her to get to him.
I did, that's how it kind of
that's
worked.
a fun position. I'm the her that usually chicks gotta go through.
You gotta go through,
You know,
and
that's
so
fun.
and I could tell that they for sure wanted to play together. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay. But when we started all playing, we both went to jack his dick off at the same time, and I swear to God, I started going like this, and I just dropped my hand. I said, I ain't even gonna fucking jack this little tiny thing
no.
off. And it
Why
was
would you
hard.
say
But what
but
did
it
you
was
say? Were
tiny.
you just like, I'm tired? Like,
No, I was just like,
slither away.
as soon as, I dropped my hand, continued making out with her, which I was just like, girl, you wore red lipstick, so my whole face is red. You do, ladies, PSA,
Yes.
real quick.
Yeah, fact.
If you
Go
were
for it.
going to a sex club, I know it looks slutty and beautiful, and you probably just think you look like Jessica Rabbit. Please do not wear red or maroon or dark colored lipstick to the fucking sex club.
So true.
Girl, I was leaving.
gets
I
on
looked
me.
like my whole mouth had a rash. But it was just her lipstick all over, and I was just like, fuck. And red, you know, fucking saying.
Even
That
the
night
mat
I
is
met
the
you.
harder one. And I'm gonna tell y'all, people will buy mat thinking it's better for making out. It's harder to get out of skin.
That's a
100%.
fact.
You should not
That's
do
a
mat
fact.
if you're going out with your homegirl. I mean, well, hopefully you go home with someone too. But if you're going out and you don't expect to be making out, mat is better for longer last or stay. Or like if you're
That's what
whatever,
they
if you're
say.
at work,
Maybe it's
if you're
me.
about to make out, do not
Please.
just buy the regular shit.
Yeah.
It's
Just
not.
buy chapstick,
Yeah.
bitch. Just
No
make
lie.
sure they
That's
moisturize.
my go-to.
Especially
Especially
at the
'cause I know
sex
I'm gonna
club.
roll
Like,
up,
even gloss, glitter. There's certain things you just want to stay away from at the
Yeah.
sex club. I think glitter is a very big one, but yeah, even lip gloss. Yes, it looks good. It might glisten under the fucking galaxy lights, but now when you kiss, it's fucking sticky. And do you know how many girls I done kiss and I'm just been like, we got to get from the first kiss and then we like got to
Yep,
wipe it off
yep.
and then go back to kissing. I'm like, bitch, what was the purpose of this?
What was the
you look good without the
You
lip
could've
gloss.
took the lip gloss
Didn't need
off.
it.
You could have just
Just like a squeegee for I agree.
Hold on.
Funny enough, the night I met you, that happened to you, and I was like wiping it off for you.
Oh yeah,
have
I
no
had gloss,
idea, like-
but well, once I found out it wasn't a fucking sex party, I wanted to look cute. I went downstairs and I said, why is no one naked? And they were like, oh, it's not that type of party tonight. I said, oh, I'm just here for a party. I got so mad.
So you guys have
It's a party
Uno.
party.
No, I got so mad. But then by the time I was so drunk, I didn't even know I like molested my man in the corner and
Yeah.
like domed him and
She was
shit.
I
good
remember
and drunk
that.
by the
That
time
was-
she found out that it wasn't the
Wasted
sex.
by the time I
We're
found
leaving.
out.
She's like, bye. Like, it was awesome.
Oh, it's not. Well, we're
I
gonna leave.
said, "Good- we won't be here much longer. You guys enjoy the rest of the party.
Well, outside of sex parties, you guys have the open relationship. What's your piece of advice for couples listening that have been curious about it or that are watching you? And
About open relationship.
yeah, just
I'd
for like
say,
a new.
definitely have that open communication.
Yeah, you gotta talk to each other.
Yeah, because if you want to have things outside of yourselves, you have to have that comfortability with each other first.
Absolutely.
If you don't have that foundation, it's going to be really hard because
Yeah.
it's always going to be that doubt. Like the thing that I think makes it easy for the two of us is that we don't have the doubt because we have the time proven to, you
Yeah.
know, we have that trust. We have that I know she has my back. She knows I have her back.
Yeah.
Do you think, and this is a controversial question, but some people say they're open, but the woman won't sleep with other men. Do you believe that's an actual open relationship? Because to me, that's a boundary set. You can't fuck other niggas, you can fuck other bitches.
So
I mean, I think that would. Sorry, I think that would depend on who that boundary is set by.
yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, that's exactly like what I would say about that. Like, remember I told you guys earlier, like our relationship is customized. I think every relationship should be customized.
I know that's right.
And one thing we noticed when we joined the lifestyle is that everything we did was so different from how everyone did like their version of the lifestyle. Like every single relationship had like, you know, different like boundaries and different like, you know, some were like, oh, we don't kiss. You know what I mean? Or like, oh, we don't play unless we're in the same room together. There were a lot of things that we were like, oh, okay.
I mean,
You
and
know,
I think
people have
even
their rules for sure.
the few times we've gone to the beach, it's like become a class with them. Like I've sat there with my man and we just asked them questions. Like we've sat and asked both of them questions. And you guys, I want to get into this as well because I think this is major. Outside of just threesomes, you guys have successfully achieved a unicorn.
Yeah.
To an aspect, and I want to know
Yeah, we'll use
what
that as
that
the
vetting
thumbnail.
process was look like. Like, how do you get a unicorn? Again, for the people listening, take out your pens and papers, guys.
This is home mail for everybody.
Just put your applications in. No, I'm kidding. Well, okay. First
And
things
Unicorn
first.
Refresher is a single person joining in with a couple.
Yeah.
Yes.
First things first, Dolla pointed this out earlier, but I just want to reiterate because it's really important. We've seen situations fall apart due to this. Before you bring someone else into your relationship, please make sure your shit is solid because it is going to be catastrophic when you like bring another person into a big old ball of mess,
Right.
and it's going to expose the shit out of your mess to each other and
And
everyone
it's usually
involved.
visible to that person.
Exactly.
So
It
that
makes
comes
them
off unattractive.
extremely
So, you know,
uncomfortable.
you want to have
Yeah.
that cohesiveness
Definitely.
together.
When I had a unicorn guy,
Yeah.
I remember the first thing that I didn't realize I was doing was we were both venting to him about why we were mad at each other.
Oh yeah.
And and it wasn't necessarily like her and I were good day to day, but those little things we never really fixed.
Yeah.
Always like we're both calling the nigga, damn nigga, why you ain't answering the phone? You on the phone with her? Because I'm mad at the bitch. You know what I mean? And it wasn't smart.
Okay.
Like you can't do that to your unicorn. It's not fair.
That's a lot of stress for them to take on.
Yeah.
Remember, this is a friend of yours that's like coming over and like, either coming over to your house or coming inside of your bedroom. And like, you know what I mean? It's not your therapist. It's not your couples counselor. It's not fair to put them in that position. Don't like get someone and then cause them to like choose between the two of you, because then they could just date you separately. Like we've had situations where like that, where it's like, we could just, there are certain situations where, oh yeah, like we can see this person together, or that's your bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you keep her over there, okay.
Has that happened too, where you felt like maybe a unicorn was coming in only being nice to you to be with him?
So I've seen that happen to other couples.
Okay.
A lot of times what ends up happening with us is like, I'm like, like, you remember the term like strictly dickly? Yeah. Like I'm just kind of like mostly dickly, but I like women. Like I love women. So like, but like when it comes to women, I'm just kind of like really chill and cash. And like he's like the ultimate boyfriend. Like he's such a good boyfriend. Like he can, like, if you spend like 24 hours with him, you'll swear like, did we go together now?
He
like,
loves me.
He loves me, right? And I've seen him like just like the dig at a chick and she's just looking at him like, oh my gosh.
But
like I'm like, I get it. I get it.
It's something that I really do think men should be doing for unicorns, as long as that boundary set, because a lot of unicorns are attracted to the couple's relationship. Not just like, I think you're pretty, I think he's cute.
Yeah.
I like what y'all are doing.
Exactly.
So if you start treating me differently, which is another reason why I don't like when women put too many stipulations on it, because if I'm attracted to the essence of this, and then the nigga can't do certain things, like, it's like,
I'm not getting pieces of the things that I'm actually attracted to, which I agree with. Funny enough, our unicorn taught us this term the other day, and I promised I wouldn't forget what it was. It's compersion.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
Yeah, and I think it's so dope, because
pleasure in your partner having pleasure.
Yeah, and like one thing. Okay, so remember when I was like, if you have like a shitty situation, like bringing someone else in will expose that. If you have a beautiful situation, bringing someone else in will expose that too.
And hope you appreciate it.
Yeah, and for us, like in our experience, we've been noticing like we already adore each other. Like you've seen us, like we have a secret language. We're ridiculous. It's gross. But
they even have matching tattoos, guys. And I know we talk about tattoos.
That's sweet.
And what's the name of your tattoo?
So it's Infinimini.
Infinimini.
Which is like how many we love each other.
Girl, I'm sick.
Right? Like, thank you. Like, true. I see what I mean. Yeah. Like,
no, but it's so cute that like I want to throw up in a good way. Then fuck you. Oh my God, I hate you guys. What are you doing later?
See?
No bullshit. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Like I saw a couple in the airport recently, and I remember thinking they were so cute about little things. Like he was attracted to me. She was cool with it. It was very obvious.
Right.
And she refilled his drink while he was talking to me, and little things. I was like, oh, y'all are making me sick, but also
right.
Like that shit is very sexy to people.
And it's infectious. Like it makes you, not necessarily in the way of like, oh, I want exactly what they have, but like I want something like that for myself. Like I want, and being around that type of like environment, being around people who are like that, like helps you kind of,
I'm not
Before we get out of here, how messy has it gotten though? Who's been like, I need this nigga?
Oh, you know what's wild? It hasn't gotten messy like for us, like, which is like high five. Like we always, because we're so close, we just know like when some shit's gonna get weird. It's never really gotten messy in the lifestyle or with like, a third. It's usually the outside like relationship.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you brought that up. Like I even said that, like going on double dates and talking to just people that are in this, like there's the least amount of judgment. Like I said, I felt like I was asking y'all to take me to school when we was at the beach. I was like, and so how do I do this if this happens? Right. How do I communicate about this and what I like and what I don't like? And one of the craziest things is, although yes, there's so many people involved in your relationship, it is one of those, while people think immediately, oh, someone's going to come in and steal you away from someone, it is really the complete opposite with so many people that are pure lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I think that, again, you guys are able to focus on just each other, loving each other, and communicating about the things you don't like, that you like and don't like.
Yeah.
As far as, and again, this is not to monogamy shame, but in monogamous relationships, a lot of
are
time you're
sin.
constantly trying to catch your partner doing something you said they can't do.
Yeah.
Oftentimes
Policing.
with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I love that. I guess before we get out here, I want you to both explain. A lot of people have the notion that if you can have sex with someone else, maybe y'all don't love each other. A lot of people associate sex with love. And I want to know just where your mindsets have went to where Dolla fucking loves you to death. It doesn't matter how many other women he plays with or has relationships with and vice versa.
Yeah.
Like, what are y'all's, what would you have to say to that?
So, and I promise not to take this whole piece because I know this is one of our favorite like questions we ever get asked. You know how like the family dynamic is, and you love your mom, you love your dad, and like you love your sisters and your cousins and your brothers and everyone, and no one ever feels like, oh, because you love your mom, you don't love your dad. Like, have you ever noticed that never actually fucking happens? Like,
Right.
That is the case in life and people and humanity and love, period. Like, love in its purest form can be given like to multiple people without having any effect or impact negatively.
I'll tell you what, though.
know?
I think that the difference is, for me, I do believe that, but no matter what anyone says, I don't believe it's equal. I do believe that we generally reserve one separate type. There's someone there that's more of our quote unquote main.
Yeah,
and obviously
I
it's the
agree.
case for yours. Now, some people will argue that and be like, no, I can love them the same. I don't really believe that. Over the years, watching even just small reality shows, right?
Yeah.
With Sister Wives or Big Love or different shit, there's someone, even if it changes,
I hear you.
you're kind of shifting to one where a person is kind of your main. I
Right,
really
right.
think that's a real thing.
I agree, but like just to be clear, I'm not saying that. Like,
No, I know you're not.
You love people the same because hell no, I don't love.
But you
anybody
can
like I
spread the love. Yes,
Right, but
Right,
I'm
exactly.
saying, and the main part of that is it just not having an effect or impact on like your.
That's why the
your
core
man
person's
or
gotta
your-
be the strong relationship there.
And you're not going to give your all to a bunch of people. Like, let me be clear. Like, us being open and then us like being in the lifestyle, we're not like giving equal parts of ourselves to all these people in our lives. Like, no, and that's not the expectation of anyone. Like, not our friends, not our unicorns or like thirds or guys that I'm seeing or girls that he's seeing. No one's expecting to get like the Dolla treatment from me or like
But I was also going to say, I hate the idea
rolled
of
out.
this hierarchy of love. Like, do you love me as much as you love XYZ? And I think that that's also one of those unrealistic expectations that we set on ourselves in lives and relationships.
All the
Like
time.
the idea that, like, I know even getting in new relationships, asking your partner, well, do you still love her? Referencing the ex.
Yeah, which
like
I
a
think
lot
is
of people
silly.
don't just lose love because they're no longer with
Yeah,
someone.
I think
Right.
in love
And
is definitely the term.
I
that's
think
true.
I think
Okay.
that's tough because like I to what Holly was saying, it's hard to put one form on love, right? Because love is, you can love people in a friendship capacity, right? And I think when you think of love in a friendship capacity, then it's more of a broad spectrum. You're able to look at it and it's more all encompassing. But when it's like in a relationship form, then people try and put more parameters to it.
Yeah.
So with what you were saying, right? You can have friends where, say, we're all friends, right? Now, I know you, say I've known you for 5 years, I've only known you for 2 years. I love you both, right? But because I've known her for 5 years, I might have been through some things with her that I love her differently. Not that I don't love you, but if we get arrested together, I don't know that you're gonna hold it down the same way that she did. You know what I'm saying?
It's not like that.
Take it to the arresting though.
Because dollar bill, y'all.
This episode, we were doing so good.
Look at he's like,
They're
but
small.
I didn't. See, you did. You
you wish
put it in my
Jamal
head
and him.
subliminally.
So I wanna speak back to something that Mandii said and like to go back to what you're saying too, love. Like being careful about like putting those measures on things like, do you love me as much as, or blah blah blah. It kind of brings me back to our word that we came up with, like infinimity. It isn't measurable. You know what I mean? It's like, it's something that's just beyond like, an amount or, like the metric system or, numbers. It's just something like our love is that. Like that's our love. It's
Yeah. Well, the rest of the world's on Tinder right now. So
Yeah, I was about to say, I love it. Well,
are you guys?
I'm on there.
We're on Tinder? like I'm about to say pause.
Tinder,
Like the
are
whole
y'all-
world.
so are y'all on multiple dating apps together?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
also, do you guys meet?
Not together though. Actually,
Separately? Okay.
we've been on like lifestyle like websites together. But like he's got a Tinder profile, I've got a Tinder profile. I like pick the pictures for him. I'll be like, no, do this one. I like this one. Like,
Tinder
Not you
profile-
helping with his dating app.
yeah.
No, my Tinder
dog.
profile
Like, he's
need
still
help. I
my ace.
haven't updated nothing.
Guys are
in
so bad at
like a
it.
year and a half.
Well, they're gonna be like,
All the
"Are you
pictures
from
old.
Horrible?"
Yeah,
we saw
that'd
that.
be
What are y'all's Instagram handles? If anyone was interested in maybe sliding in them DMs, could
Yeah.
they? Like,
Yeah,
go ahead
totally.
and drop your Instagram handles.
I just changed it by the way. I'm Miss Holly Dallas. Like,
Damn, not you putting his name in your Instagram name.
that's actually my
Oh,
Cash
you make
App
me
name.
That's the cash app. That's our cash app too. If y'all want that. Mine is Dolla Jones _718.
Okay, not you with the New York area code at the end. That's
That's a
so,
He's so
I'm
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
He's so Brooklyn.
so typical.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, I'm so glad that you guys were finally able to come on here and share again just how you guys again have this customizable relationship that I hope for anyone listening has taken some of the pressures off some of our followers looking to place labels on their relationship. Again, I think that you should customize your own, and what works for you guys, what works for me, what works for Weezy may not work for you. Eden, I don't know if, are you dating? Okay, I'm sorry.
No, but there's bitches out here trying to fuck. Clients trying to fuck.
His
You can't
name is
fuck with that.
Thank you, Eden. If you want to go ahead and slide in his DMs as well.
I have his number too. I can give you.
But no, thank you guys so much for joining us, y'all.
Thanks for
Their
having us.
information will be in the description of this episode. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I have a box drop coming soon. Hopefully not yet. Hopefully not by the time this episode drops. But if you want to go ahead and join my mailing list at officialboxowner.com. I am dropping my 1 year anniversary box this month, and I'm so excited I made it to a fucking year in my COVID business. So I'm super excited. Again, if you haven't yet, check out at officialboxowner on Instagram and officialboxowner.com. Weezy, do you have anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, come check our Instagram for the live show dates. We're going to be on the road in a few weeks.
We show is.
Can't wait to see you
Oh, we
guys.
coming to New York.
Starting in New York. You know what I'm saying or whatever?
It's so crazy because we were wanting to make New York like finish off with a bang, but instead, because we just had to wait a whole fucking year and a half, we are actually kicking off our Horrible Decisions live show. We're taking you guys back to school, but we are doing that. That's right, in New York. We do have 2 dates. So again, check the description of this episode to see if we are coming to your city. I do want to announce we are doing New York, DC, Atlanta, and LA. And so I'm excited. The rest of the cities, I know y'all want us to come. We will be hitting you guys up in 2022. So stay tuned. Also, as always, we're going to leave you guys off with a 5-minute bonus clip of our Patreon. That's right. If you're all caught up and want to see more, go on over to Patreon. There's bonus content and all that good shit. So that's patreon.com/horrible decisions. Again, thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you, Holly and Dolla.
And this has been yet another episode of Horrible Decisions. Bye.